Ooh, guess what time it is? Guess what time it is? It's time for me to lie again. Not lie. I don't know. I said I would upload more. And when did I upload last? Let's see, October 21st. And what day is it now? November 22nd. So, all month. Whoopsies. I said I would upload more and then I didn't. I don't know. Has anything really gotten better? I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, kind of. There's a few things. First thing, I'm trying to quit weed. Finally, let's go. Go me. Tonight is night 3. Um, you could see it's 2:38 in the morning, and I haven't smoked. I haven't smoked for 2 days. This is the third day, so that's good. We're making progress, I guess. Why do I even want to stop smoking in the first place? I think I just use it to cope and turn off my brain and not think about things that stress me out, I guess. Even though it kind of ends up stressing me out anyways. And then it's left for the next day me, and me in the morning doesn't want to do anything. But the high me is like, oh, we could do this and this and this and this, and leave it all for the sober me to do. And then sober me shows up the next day and he's like, well, I don't want to do any of this. What the heck was he thinking last night? So, I think people say smoking kind of keeps you in the same place, especially if you do it chronically. And I've been doing it basically every day for wow, for 3 years since freshman year, basically. The coughing is unrelated. I don't know. There's something stuck in my throat right now. But yeah, I don't know. Last night I ended up drinking. Whoopsies. It was because uh I don't really know. Yesterday was my brother's birthday. Wow, wait, it's actually been exactly a month because I uploaded that on the 21st and it's the 22nd, but it's 2:40, so it's the next day already. But so yeah, it's been exactly a month. Yeah, it was my brother's birthday yesterday. He turned 17, which is insane. It's kind of scary. My youngest sibling is now 17, and I still remember when I was 17, and I feel like, to be honest, I feel like I haven't changed that much from 17. Like what the heck was I doing at 17? It was already summer. It was already summer for me, and I knew that I was going here to ASU. So yeah, I don't know. That's weird. Whoa, yeah, wait, I was yeah, I was already a freshman at 17. Yeah. Yeah, because my birthday's in August, but the school year starts in August. And so I was a freshman at 17. Wow, interesting. But yeah, I don't know. It was nice. It was nice. It was good to talk to my family. And we sang happy birthday on Zoom. My sister was in her dorm with her boyfriend, and I was in my apartment, and we just sang happy birthday. And he got his donut cake. And that was nice. But I don't know. What have I been trying to do besides? Yeah, so it's been 3 days no smoking, which is kind of weird because when you don't smoke, you know, it started like creeping up. It got pretty bad to the point where I was like smoking during the day, and I was just like lying in bed high, like midday, and just pass the time until who knows how long, until I don't even know why I'm passing the time and literally just wasting time watching it go by. And this is how I'm spending my senior year. We were basically done with the first semester, and then after this, we only have one more semester, and then what? Then it's the real world, and I'm nowhere closer to getting a job. I haven't even started looking. Um, terrible. It's terrible. It really is bad. I got an exam coming up on Monday. So what, 2 days now? It's Saturday. So 2 days I have an exam. I haven't studied for it at all. You know how that goes. Let's go. I know it'll be fine. I had an exam last week. I honestly thought I did really bad, but I didn't do that bad. Got like a 68 or something. But I was said I would have been happy with over 50. And I think the mean was like a 63. So that's an above average. That's an above average grade if I've ever seen it. My hair is getting really annoying. Like look at how long it is. But I think I'm gonna do the perm. I'm gonna do the perm. Hold me accountable to this. I'm going to call the hairstylist tomorrow to schedule an appointment for next week because it's Thanksgiving and I'm gonna be back. Hold me accountable. I will call the hairstylist tomorrow. So I want to do like a body perm, like just make it a little bit more shapely, and definitely trim it down a little bit for sure. I want, I don't know, I want like the Pinterest hair. That doesn't even make sense. You don't know what that is probably because what that's not a thing. Pinterest hair. No one has ever said that. And there's a lot of different hairs on Pinterest. Wait, but I have a board. Oh, all saves. Here we go. Oh, here, like this. How do you focus? I don't know. You get the idea. We're close, but we're not quite, there's too much. There's too much, and it's not like if I don't do anything to it, it's like super flat, you know? This is kind of scary. Yeah. So I have to call her, and I will call her tomorrow. What else? What else is new? 3 days, 3 days. Honestly, they've been really long. It's been a really, it's been a really long 3 days having the entire day and not, um, you know, just watching the time go by. But yeah, okay. 3 days. What have I done in those 3 days? The first day, I I went to my class. There were three classes, but I went to one of them. At least we went to one of them. And then I went on a run. I went on a run because I signed up for a 5K. I signed up for a 5K in on December 6th. So in about 2 weeks, I've got a 5K. My goal is sub 30 minutes. I used to run. I used to run in middle school. I was on like cross country. I was one of the top five runners for our school, like for the boys. So my time actually mattered. Um, like scoring wise, which is cool. Yeah, see, like I don't know what to do with that. Maybe that's okay. But I used to like running, and then Uma Musume, the freaking horse girl anime about running, that kind of got me interested in the idea of running again. I don't know. It sounds dumb, but the real life horse stories are awesome. Um, this okay, yeah, this one horse. Okay, basically, if a horse breaks their leg, they can't ride. They can't race anymore, and they usually get euthanized. Just because the horse will probably never be able to run again, and you try telling a horse that it's never going to be able to run again the same way. Like they just euthanize them. I guess I don't know. But this horse had aspirations to be undefeated. They're gonna complete the Triple Crown series undefeated, just like their father did. Um, they get the first one, and before the second one, they break their leg and they can't participate. But they sorry, They go into rehab, they get it repaired, all that, whatever. Continue their career, with the goal of being undefeated. At least they could be undefeated, right? They don't get this Triple Crown series, but they can still be undefeated. And then they end up losing, and then the anime girl had like a thing on their wall, like a goal: be undefeated, be undefeated Triple Crown horse girl. And then they uh obviously she couldn't be the Triple Crown winner because she didn't participate in it because she broke her leg. And then so she crosses it out, and then it's just new goal: be undefeated. And then eventually she loses, and now what? No, she doesn't have, her dreams are over. There's nothing. There's no more goal, right? Any fell short of the goal that she set for herself, right? Um, Ends up breaking her leg again. And then a whole year later, I don't know, she breaks her leg 3 times basically. But still races, one more time, or not one more time, but it was like a big end of the year race, like biggest race, big deal. But the horse in real life hadn't actually raced for like an entire year. And then the horse comes back in 365 days since their last race, and they win the race. And it's like, oh, cinema, like, at least, you know, you can still do great things even if your dreams get crushed. And I guess I kind of feel that. I relate to that a lot. I think, I was a smart little kid. I was a smart little mother freaker, you know? Like, we had these state tests uh every year. There was like an English section and a math section in elementary school, and you'd have to take these tests every year. And a perfect score was a 600. And so if you got 600 in math, and a 600 in like English, then you would, you know, like, that's the best you could possibly do on these tests. And you know what? I would like consistently get 600s on English and like the literature stuff, but math I would struggle a little bit. And then there was one time where I did get double perfect 600s. Like, I genuinely think I was probably the smartest kid in my elementary school. Like, no joke. Like, perfect scores on the state tests. Like, what the heck? Like, who is this kid? And now what am I doing? Now I'm addicted to weed. I'm at Arizona State. No job. No, like, there's nothing. I don't know. I've amounted to nothing, basically. You know, and I've broken my leg 3 times or whatever. So I hope that we can still do great things. I really do hope that we can still do great things. Um, why am I even recording this? I think because I didn't. I just needed to talk to someone. I didn't talk to anybody all day. I just texted people like barely and not even that much, and I don't know. Actually, there has been some updates. I got added to this uh to a group chat. I'm like fully cemented in this friend group now. Um, and the Valorant. No, I'm like the sub for the Valorant esports team, the ASU esports team for Valorant. Like, that's pretty cool. Like, I'm doing stuff, but it doesn't feel like it. But I think that's the bane of happiness and progress. Like, not giving yourself little wins, or not acknowledging the little wins as progress. And I do think I'm making progress. It's day 3. I've decided to stop smoking, at least for a little bit. I don't know how long it's gonna last, but we'll hold out for as long as we can, and that's better than not even trying, right? Like, we have to give ourselves some credit. It's better than not even trying. Um, yeah, I got cemented into this group chat. We go out probably once a week. It's great. It's great. I went out once. I saw my roommates and we got to talk, and that was good. You know, like there's some good things. There has been good things that have happened. Yeah, I picked up running. Like I ran a mile in like 9 minutes. Which I think is sub 30 pace for the 5K, which is good. Which is my goal. My goal is sub 30 minutes. And the the group chat that I got added to, some of the guys and one of the girls is running in the 5K. And I guess I just kind of wanted it to force myself to have a deadline, and it's like, okay, this is the date that we're running, and I have to prepare so I don't die. And you can't really procrastinate that, you have to. You have to prepare for something like that. So, you know, I hope I just kind of hoped that it would get me going, and maybe I would keep running even after it, because people like running, right? Everyone always talks like, oh, runner's high, you get so many endorphins, whatever, blah, 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 blah. All this hoopla, this garbage, but they seem happy, and I am not happy. So maybe this is the magical pill or something. I don't know. I don't know. I really do think I need a therapist, but I'm in Arizona and my insurance only covers California, so I kind of SOL, I guess. What am I supposed to do? Talk to ChatGPT. That's honestly what I've been doing, and it's really bad. I don't know. You're not supposed to do that, right? Because he feeds you lies and he tells you what you want to hear, and it's just a self perpetuating cycle with this guy, right? But I don't know. He's kind of helped me not smoke. I'll be like, I feel like smoking, and he's like, Nicholas, you're so much more than that. You don't need to smoke. You just want the escape of your own brain. You don't really want the feeling of being high. And I'm like, you know what? He's low key right. Like, I don't even really want to get high. Like, the feeling is nice, sure. But it's just kind of to unwind and escape at the end of the day, Like, it's just become a ritual at this point. I'm so used to it that, I don't know, it's strange. And that's why I drank last night. I drank last night because it was supposed to be, like, that was my alternative. But you can't replace one substance with another substance. That's and be like, oh, I'm not addicted anymore. But you're still, the underlying issue is still there, right? So, uh, won't do that again. I think, and I won't, I guess, because I'm out of alcohol. I drank it all. It was like three, probably like four shots worth, in there that was left that I finished. So I don't know. Every time I drink like a lot and I'm just in my room and I'm sad by myself, like I start crashing out to my friends. Like um I don't know, just the I don't even know. What were we crashing out about? Just being a human being, right? Yeah, like being a human being just sucks. And I feel like this should be its own topic, right? Because this is just like life updates. Life updates, and we're 20 minutes in, and maybe that's all it has to be. Um oh, I started playing. Okay, yeah. So, there's a lot. There's a lot. I started playing Geometry Dash again. Woo, like Stereo Madness. That cube game that we all played in middle school probably. Am I breaking out? I don't think so. I think it's just the lighting and the camera being grainy. I don't think so. Let's see. I mean, my skin's not great, but I don't think I'm breaking out. I think it's just my lips are chapped. you know, maybe I'm chop shit, guys. Oh, that's another thing. Okay, well, first, Geometry Dash. Um, I started playing this level. It's like a hard demon. Mm, I don't know. It doesn't mean anything. It's a really hard level, and I jumped from like a less hard level, and you're supposed to like do some levels in between it, but I just jumped straight to this one, and I spent like 3 days on it, probably like 4,500 attempts or something, just on this one level, and it's like a minute and 30 second thing, right? And it's just like such precise inputs required and like nerves, and it's like, oh, you get to 70% the level. Don't die, it's scary, you better lock in. Like, even if you've practiced that last 30%, like, and you could do it consistently 5 times in a row, it's completely different when you actually like get there in the final run, right? It's so scary. And so I think that was I beat it today. That was such a good feeling. But I would get like really mad at the level, Not mad at no, I would get mad at the level. I'm getting mad at the level and like mad at myself. Like, for dying, like being dumb. Like, there's no way I died there. How the heck I did that so many times, and I'm still dying there for some reason. I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't know, I do that a lot with everything, really. That's the only time I think I really get mad is when it's at myself, or it's like when I'm playing a game. I don't really think I tend to get mad at other people. Unless what they're doing doesn't make any sense. So, oh, and we can get into all that. There's some stuff there. Um, but it's not the end of the world. There are some people that I am mad at, but was mad at. But like, the past is in the past. The past is in the past. Let it go. Let it go. Oh shit. Yeah. We've let it go. Oh my god. No one will ever love me. That's another thing. Oh, okay, yeah. So Geometry Dash, that was great. That was awesome. Um, Super happy to have beat that level. And then what was I doing before this? I was messing with poker chips. I was trying to shuffle them. And I could do like a stack of like 2 stacks of 4 pretty good. It's just like, they're like this. How could I do this? Yeah, so they're like this, and then you like, you open up them, and then they slide in there, and then, oh, you cut it again, and then now it's like, I don't. This is terrible, but I don't know. They're like this, and then they open up, and then they slide in, and that's basically the whole thing. And then you can cut it again, and then do this again, and then it makes cool patterns. And if you do it 3 times, then it resets it, and then I don't know. It's a neat little thing. It really hurts my hand though. It's like, how do I can't even show you. It's like, and then you like, and then it makes like a, like, how you would if you just like kept. I don't know. It's the sound of poker chips. It's an awesome sound. It's a great sound, and I don't know. I wanted to get high, but instead of getting high, I did that. I'm just doing all these little things to keep my hands, keep my brain busy, just to do anything else other than be in here, right? Because if I'm in here, then I'm gonna want to smoke, right? So that's what we've been distracting ourselves with. But I was the unlovable bit. I don't know. I think I'm too messed up in the head to really garner a proper relationship. Um, and also this gay guy who hit on me freshman year, and then I told him I didn't like him, and now he's like, he's one of my good friends out here, and he just got back from like a date with some guy, and the guy like cooks for him and stuff, and it's like, that's cool. And he's even had a previous success with a different guy, and I thought dating was supposed to be harder for gay people, right? and it makes sense, right? Obviously, it seems like it would be harder just thinking about it, right? From an objective standpoint, because there's idiots like me who I guess um gay people really like for some reason. But I don't think I am. That ties into the person that I was mad at. But I don't want to talk about this too long, you know? Basically, he's found happiness with some guy that he's talking to now, right? And it's like, and I'm still nothing. You know, I'm still nothing at all, with no prospects. Look, this is the. Oh wait, oh, what the heck? How do I show this? Oh, there you go. This is the mic. I feel like would it be fun to stand up? I could just stand up and talk, but it doesn't go that high. There you go. What if we're up here? Hi guys. I don't know. I don't think I'm gay, but then, you know, I feel like I give off that energy. So, I don't know. My life is confusing. I hate being a human being, basically. I hate being me. I hate living as a person and existing within the human condition and having to observe everyone else and seeing their ulterior motives and every little thing that they do, you know? Like like him even talking about this and like showing the pictures and the meal that the guy made him, and it's like, you know, it's fantastic, it's great. I'm glad that you're happy and that you can share this with people, and it's great. But you know, in my head I'm like, oh man, he's probably like, you know, he especially wants to show it to me because I rejected him, right? I didn't want to be with him, and so he was like, so he's probably now like, I don't know. Every time this guy has hung out with this other guy, every time gay guy has hung out with an, you know, someone romantically, he's got to let me know. He's got to let me know. You know, and it's like that, like those little things. Like I don't know. He just has to let me know because I rejected him, and he has to show me that he's desirable to other people. You know, like just like what the heck is that? No one is ever in their right mind thinking that ever, except myself for some reason. You know, like I don't think normal people um think about things like that, you know? And I could be insane in the head and this isn't what's happening at all and I'm just making everything up. That's a very real possibility. I feel like my consistency or like my observations have typically matched the um you know, the results of the real world. Anyways, I'm gonna sit down again. But standing up is kind of fun. Maybe we'll do this more. Maybe we'll stand up more. I got the shirt from a League of Legends event that I went to with this gay guy. Actually, I won it in a raffle. Oh yeah, I went to this League of Legends event with the gay guy while his boyfriend was in town, and so his boyfriend also showed up to the event. And you know, like he just really has to show it to me. I guess, you know. I don't know. I don't know. It could be insane people thoughts. It could be crazy people thoughts. And I'm losing my mind. But anyways, I don't want to make it too long. I have a notes app with a bajillion more thoughts. So maybe I'll just record again. But we're almost at 30 minutes and I don't want to keep going too long. I might keep recording anyways though, but yeah. Exciting.